before we get there, we do have a big announcement for the public for the first time. If I can get a drum roll, please, Mr. Kessler. I don't know if that's going to work. Oh, there you go. Look at that. There we go. Tax saving strategies. It's coming out this spring. There's a link in the description where you can check out more. We'll talk more about it later on in the video, but it is all about how do you save on taxes. There's way too many strategies that you need to do in advance. You need to know them ahead of time. You need to plan for them. You need to know when you can and how you can do those. And if you wait until tax season to look last year, you're going to miss out on a bunch of them. And so it's been about 4 years since I released my first book, 3D Retirement Income, which you can get for free if you're a retirement member, or you can get on Amazon if you don't want to give us your email address. And so that's been a big hit for a lot of people. And so now we figured, hey, we looked at the retirement income kind of investment side of it. Now let's look at the tax side of it, kind of the two most important parts of retirement. And so we're really excited for this. It's coming out again kind of in March. So we're looking forward to getting that in your hands. And we'll talk more about it in the end. Right. And so if you want to know how to save taxes in 2026, a couple of things that we can do, right? Number one, you can subscribe to this channel. That way you get we're going to do a bunch of tax content here in February, in March, etc. And that way you know all this stuff in advance. So subscribe, that way you can get all that stuff. Join us live if you want to be able to comment and all those things. So it's going to be great. And then you can pre-order the book, which we'll talk about in just a second, right? And that will give you in advance the things that you need to know so that you can save taxes. That's the goal, right? And most importantly, right, have the most money after paying taxes. So we'll talk about the book here a little bit. So, right, we've got tax saving strategies, how couples over 50 can minimize long-term, lifetime, and legacy taxes, right? So again, we're just skipping last year because we just figured, hey, the year's over, and we're really just looking at long-term and lifetime and legacy, right? So a couple things, right? First of all, it's how couples over 50 can do this. So a couple things about that. If you're single, you could still apply. This could definitely still apply to you. I just didn't want to always be listing single and married filing jointly tax brackets all the time and all the differences, right? And so you can still find them. I'm trying to make the scope really narrow to make it really applicable, because I've read a bunch of other tax books and they try to be everything to everyone. All right, and so they're talking about business owners, they're talking about retirees, and they're talking about a first-time home buyer's credit and all these other things. And like, man, if you are 55 or 65, right, and you're about to retire, like you don't care about first-time home buyer credits, right? And so I'm not going to get any bestseller awards for making this book as narrow as I am. I'm not trying to get the most people to read it. I'm trying to make it the most impactful for those to whom it applies for. So if you're single, you can definitely still get this, even it's just gonna be written at a married lens, so I'm not constantly having to differentiate between those two, and then you can just back it off to single rates and whatever else for yourself. But again, it is really for people over 50, because again, we're gonna exclude the younger things. We're really looking at retirement, tax saving strategies, things in your final stages of your career, things in those categories. We're not going to be talking about business credits or agriculture credits or all these different things that are in a lot of these other books, to really make it specialized just for you. And then again, looking at long-term, lifetime, and legacy parts of the continuum. So again, you can know all these things in advance, and we'll be covering all these different strategies of how to do it. So it should be very practical. I would say 80 to 90% of the book should apply to you if you're in that category, which is pretty helpful. So I want to show you real quick what you get, because it's going on sale later. It's going to be available on March 26th of 2026. So there's a link in the description of the video. You can just click that and you can go in and pre-order it. And so this is what you get if you pre-order, right? What you're going to get is you get the book. Should be $20 on Amazon. You'll also get the audiobook version. So we'll be doing the full Audible audiobook version. And so we will send that to you for free afterwards when that's available. We also have a bonus tax workshop. So if you want to get additional, if you like to watch things more than you like to read things, you can get that workshop. That'll get sent out to you. And then you also get both my hardcover book in 3D Retirement Income and the audiobook for that one as well sent to you as well. So all of that, if you had to buy all that separately, retail price, it's about $150, and you're going to get it for free. And the way this is going to work is you will pre-order the book on Amazon, and then we will reimburse you that cost and send you all this stuff. And so I'm not saying, hey, go pre-order my book so I can make money. We're losing money on every book that we do, obviously. And you might be saying, well, why are you doing that? And so I'm gonna be totally straight with you, because I feel like there's too much people kind of having weird motives or hidden motives on things, right? I want to find great clients that I can help walk all the way through retirement. Right? And anyone who doesn't want to be my client, I still want to help them for free through a bunch of free content. So I can have a massive impact by helping a bunch of people for free, a little bit, and then a few people a ton, right? And so that's my thing. And I think it can be scary to trust your life savings over to someone that you don't know. And so doing YouTube content, doing podcast content helps you get to know me, helps you get to know my philosophies, and helps you decide, is that someone I could see working with? And so what can happen, right, is that a very small percentage, maybe 0.1% of people who watch this stuff or who order the book, whatever else, they might become clients. And so that would make it worth it for me to do this stuff, right? And then I feel really good knowing that I've helped a lot of other people that maybe couldn't afford to work with me directly, or don't want to, or whatever else, right? And so yes, we are doing this partly just to get clients. We want to prove the value before we'd ask you to commit to working with us. Totally transparent. And so we can help more people by getting more information into more hands. And so we can do that by just giving you the book. And then what this is also going to do, right, is there's going to be very few people who actually see this channel, this video, the book. And so if we can give all that to them for free, it'll actually boost the ratings in Amazon a little bit. And then other people might stumble across it on Amazon, and then it can increase that reach, and they might read it and then get some good stuff out of it, right? So just totally transparent. That's why we're doing all this. And so you ordering through Amazon and us reimbursing you means that it's more of an official order, and then we get more credit on Amazon. And if you want to help even more people and get more benefit from yourself, we also have the Ultimate Tax Strategy Bundle, right? Where you could order 10 copies of the book, 1 for you and 9 to share with friends, family, whatever else you want, or they can all just sit in your basement, I guess. It'd be better if you gave them away. And you're gonna get all this stuff still: audiobook, workshop, my other book, etc. But then we'll also give you, if you haven't done your taxes for 2025, we'll give you a credit towards those. And so like we do taxes here, so you can come get your taxes done with us, and that will be covered up to a certain point. If you got really complicated taxes, we might give you the base for free and still charge you for the complications. But then also a personalized one-on-one tax planning session, right? So for those of you order the book, you read the book, you're like, hey, how do all these strategies apply to me? It's a one-on-one meeting. You give us some stuff, and we'll tell you this is how exactly it applies, and you can just walk away at that point, right? So there's no obligation to do anything else after that, but that is included. So all of that, right? Total value, $1,200+, and all you're going to do for that is you will buy the copies on Amazon, and we're just not going to reimburse that one. So this one you would order it, and we'll reimburse you and send you all the stuff. This one you would order the 10 copies on Amazon, and we just wouldn't reimburse you, but you would submit your receipt, and then we would give you all this stuff for free, right? In addition to all this stuff. So $1,200 for only $200. So if you want to help more people, that's a great way to do that as well. So if all that is helpful, again, you can get it totally for free just for you, or you can get it for you and a bunch of friends at an absolute discount. Show me someone else who is a licensed tax expert and retirement planner who's doing taxes for only $200. And that alone is a pretty good deal for 2025. So helps us, helps other people. Should be great.